Alright, so welcome back. Today we're switching up the topics just a little bit. We're going to TikTok because that's... I don't know what is TikTok. It's imagine trying to explain TikTok to someone where you do dances and you don't speak and you do loads of different actions. As you can tell, I'm not a TikToker, but someone who is a TikToker is Addison Rae. As far as I'm aware, I think she's second. She might be the second most followed, something like that. She's 19, she looks pretty, and she dances, doesn't speak, she just dances to the music. If you tried to explain why that person was famous, even just 10 years ago, it would have been insane, but it's kind of normal now, I guess. Now, I'm not having a go at TikTok by any means. I kind of like TikTok. I feel slightly ashamed to say that at the age of 23, but you know, when you're just in bed, you just think, I don't know what to do. I swipe through TikTok, and then you sat there an hour and a half later, you've missed your bedtime, you're going to be late, and it's all because of this app. I think actually it might be getting banned in America, or because of China or something. Apparently Donald Trump wants to ban it. But anyway, on a slightly more serious note, Addison Rae has sort of disappeared, potentially. I don't mean disappeared in a way that she's no longer posting, although that is kind of to do with what's happened. People are starting to get quite concerned about her. You see, over the last few weeks especially, lots and lots of people have been getting called out for past behaviour. Now, for Addison Rae, there's been a few problematic things that have been brought up. First one, she went on a live stream with, I'm guessing, some influencer friend, maybe even a TikToker, I'm not down with the kids, and she seemed to encourage him to say a certain word that you just can't say. You just can't. You can listen to it for yourself. Let me know if you think she says this word.
Yeah, no, they found me on the streets. They're speaking. No!
I'm kidding. Look, they called you Poppy.
I don't want to be the new Melanie.
It's difficult to argue if she says anything else. She really does seem to say that word. Now, obviously, this comes with backlash. People are starting to change her name and change it from Addison Rae and write C-I-S-T on the end. If you can spell, you can work out what that says. But unfortunately, it's not the first time that this has happened. You see, going back, there's TikToks. I can't play it because of copyright, but I'll put a link in the top line of the description. So if you want to go now and click on it, and it'll send you to Twitter, and then come back and watch mine, and we'll all be happy families. Anyway, there's a song which says the certain word, and you can't say it, and she does. Obviously, she's young. I think she's 19. Is she? 19. Probably. Anyway, she's very, very young. And people make mistakes. And if we go back 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe even 10, I bet every single one of us, not all of us, but most of us, have said things that nowadays, or in 5 years' time, they're going to be a bit dodgy. And if people bring up tweets, you know, humour changes over time. It's similar to what I said about Shane Dawson. What was funny 5-10 years ago is suddenly not funny. Now, there's a lot of things that Shane Dawson has done that is not funny in any era, of any generation. But there are some tweets and things that were probably acceptable a generation or two ago, and nowadays they're just not. She's also been accused of putting too much makeup on to make her look like a different race, and again, it's all to do with what's happening recently, and people being called out for the behaviour, what's right, what's wrong. I think some of it does go a little bit too far, some of it is a bit uncalled for, and as a result, I imagine she seems to have disappeared. Now, there are a few different reasons or a few different theories people are putting out there. I've seen one video suggesting that she might be pregnant. I think this comes from the Hollywood Fix YouTube channel or something like that. She could potentially be pregnant. Is she pregnant? Probably not. I've even seen other people suggest really bad things have potentially happened to her, which would mean she's no longer with us, unfortunately. Do I think these have happened? I mean, I sincerely hope not. And there doesn't appear to be any evidence that this is actually the case. Now, if this does come out that this has happened, unfortunately, then I'll just take this video down, and you'll probably never see it. But yeah, I hope not. In which case, yeah, I just hope not. Because no matter if you hate her for what she's done in the past or different tweets and things, she's 19 years old. I don't think anyone that age really deserves that to happen unless they've done something really, really bad. In which case, she's not. She's not done something of that level. She's made mistakes. You can not like her. You can really, really dislike her. But it doesn't mean that she should cease to exist. But I think for everyone's sake, she needs to come back on social media and just make some statement or just put something out there so people do know that she's okay. Because I think she got 50 million followers, 40 million. Just because she's got a hell of a lot of followers. And these people generally are quite young. I'm guessing the same age watching this video. And they're getting worried, and understandably, if they're superstars. Like me when I was young, if David Beckham and like there was questions about him, then I get a bit worried, and I think this is basically what's happening now, and with social media it just makes everything 10 times worse. Going back to the tweet, because I don't think I ever really expanded on that, it came out that in 2016, so 4 years ago, Tom, do the maths, so she was 15, which is very, very, very young. She put out a tweet basically retweeting or supporting a black woman who was saying either all lives matter or white lives matter, whatever.
More harm than there is good, and Black Lives Matter is a cult. Oh, I'm rolling on through here today, baby. All lives matter. Not just black lives.
Now, you can't say that now, obviously. When someone lost a job because they flew a banner over the Man City Stadium saying white lives matter, you can't do it. So should she be punished for that? No, she shouldn't. It was 4 years ago, she was 15. She wasn't even an adult. I get going back and seeing people's tweets and things that are not right these days. I get that it's kind of interesting, you want to cancel them for it, but it was 4 years ago, and in this situation, she was 15. Like, go back to when you were 15, if you're not 15, and think of some of the dodgy things you might have said, or if they come out, if some messages come out. I think we've all said things in the past that we probably do live to regret in the future, and it's just to do with maturity and how old we are, and almost trying to impress friends in some cases. And as I've said before, times change. Like, saying that 4 years ago might have been okay, or at least semi-okay, because it's not come out before now. Obviously, since the protests, people are going back, checking people's tweets, and there we go. She's in a bit of bother. I've mentioned before, I don't really agree with celebrities or YouTubers being cancelled. I mean, unless they've done something really, really bad. I showed the Shane Dawson video the other day, and that's something that's potential cancel-worthy, but it's still not going to happen. As much as people try and cancel people again and again and again, it's only really you that can cancel yourself. If Logan can come back from what he did, I think literally anyone can come back. The amount of hate that guy got was unbelievable, like unprecedented. I've never seen anyone come back from hate like that, and it's been what? Has it been 2 years? 2.5 years? Something like that? Whatever the time scale, it's not even been 5 years. People have not forgot. I don't think anyone will ever truly forget, but in most cases, I think they're forgiven. Like, you're still pulling millions and millions of views, and although it can seem bad in the time, just imagine how bad Logan felt mentally, and you could say maybe deserved it during that time. And people like Addison, they're 19 years old, and they're shot to fame in a matter of what? Months? Maybe a year? Couple of years? It is mental. It's almost like overnight success, and usually overnight success is years in the making. That's the quote. You can go back and watch Justin Bieber, he's busking on the streets of Canada before he blew up on YouTube. That's how it tends to work. Messi, Ronaldo, they don't suddenly become superstars overnight. It's a gradual rise, and although they do become super famous at one point, they're always on the way to it. These people, that they're making TikToks, that they're literally like you and me, that they're doing what I'm doing now, but they're just doing some dance moves, and they're quite good looking in most cases. It's quite dangerous. And also I will say, on the element of TikTok, unlike YouTube, you don't really get the personality that comes with it. Now on YouTube, if you watch one of my videos, 10 minutes, or maybe 2, whatever, you can get a good gist of my personality, what I'm like, if you like me, if you don't like me. If you go back to the Ace Family video, there's plenty of people that didn't like me on there, but at least you know what I'm like. On TikTok, you don't get that luxury. In most cases, most of these really big superstars, can I call TikTokers superstars? Most of the people that have got a lot of followers, they don't even talk in their videos. They're literally just dancing. They're following dancers. It's not really a personality, but they have the following of someone that has an amazing personality. Like, I think she's got 20 mil on Instagram. 20 mil. Do you have any idea how much influence that is? They are like stratospheric numbers, if that's even a word. So yeah, it's a little bit mental. I don't know how, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't know, and people like, is it Charlie D'Amelio? Or have I got that wrong? Anyway, those two, I think she's even younger. Just imagine 2 years ago, or 3, whatever, being a literal nobody. You're like me and you. No offence, but I mean, compared to them, we are. And now, literally a matter of months, 12 months later, you are one of the most famous people in the world, especially amongst the younger generation. People probably know who Addison Rae is more than Messi. It's a little bit crazy. But yeah, I guess there's been a little bit of a rant, sort of, maybe. I mean, I hope she's okay. If it's not okay, you're never going to see this video, but let's hope she is, for her sake, because although it might seem bad now and all the backlash, people do forget, people do forgive, and although you don't agree with what she's done in the past, it's not worth her life. Like, it's a mistake. People do make mistakes. We're humans, and I mean, that's what we do. I do appreciate each and every one of you, even the haters, even the one that really don't like me, because I said something bad about the Ace family. I mean, they deserve it. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Yeah, see you in a bit.